We always think that creativity is only for the creative people, for the artists, for the musicians, for the painters, for the theater, for anything which we have told in our society. This is creativity, this is what it is. But maybe there is more to it than just that. Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amelia Sina and today we're going to talk about creativity. Following the related videos around abundance that you can check below, we talked that creativity is one of the forms of abundance. What does this specifically mean? Let's try to figure that out. Imagination and creativity are both very abundant places to be in. Your imagination as the tool of expressing your consciousness, your creative consciousness, is always perfectly attuned to the vibration of being that you have chosen to be here on earth, or that you have chosen to express yourself as through the artificial personality construct of this life that you have chosen to have. In this way, you can recognize that anything you create is a part of your consciousness, represents the part of your consciousness that you wish to explore at a certain point. You may be confused of the idea of reality and non-reality, so to speak, imagination. And let's consider the difference between imagination and fantasy as to what extent they are applicable to your everyday physical reality. They are both realities in different dimensions, yet to what is applicable to this reality, let's call it imagination, and what is applicable to other dimensional realities or other densities of consciousness, let's call that fantasy, which is not, let's say, applicable to this reality. And regarding your ability to create, you are not a stranger to creativity, either if you don't call yourself an artist or whatever creative endeavor, because you create the immediate reality that you have in front of you. And you have always created. You are a creator, whether positively or negatively. Both ideas are creation. You do not ever not create. You are always creating something, whether it be positive or negative or whatever you are dealing with in your life. It's all a creation of yours. If you create negatively, you are not in any sense like losing ground or being not yourself. It's still a creation of yourself, a part of yourself. You are simply giving yourself the opportunity to choose that. And you choose that for what you feel is more harmoniously resonating for you right now in your life, and that which you desire in your physical reality. In this way, you can see how abundant we are of creativity. We are always creating everything that's in our minds in relation to others, to the environment, our works, our selves, everything. So, the first idea of removing creative blockages is to simply allow each and every experience, every situation, every thought, every emotion, every day and night and object to be part of what you choose to experience for the purpose you choose to experience it. When you allow yourself to view the idea that you are going off the path, that you are being interrupted, this is simply just another idea equal to the others and very creatively put into existence to allow you to experience the separation and to explore it, the separation of yourself from all that is, that you actually are. That's how Bashar puts it. The separation from the unity with the existence around you. And as we are living in this very long period of 25,000 years already of living and creating in separation, And we as humans are used to create in that cycle of separation. So we create actively the separation that we feel between ourselves and everything around us. Yet now we are in a transitional period, which means that more and more of us are feeling and understanding that we are not separate from what's outside. We are actually one, and we are all connected. And we are starting to create more of this where we can see that, yes, we feel it, we create it, and we get to experience and explore this new experience of unity. So do recognize that negative and positive creativity use the same mechanism. It is simply the point of view that allows you to feel that when you are experiencing something negative, you note it as not being creative. Yet, it is a very creative act on its own. So understand that nothing actually happens to you, it happens from you. It's you give birth to everything you have in your reality, and you create everything because you are the divine creator. And the more you understand and come back to this conclusion, you can feel for yourself this unity, consciousness, and connect to it and create from it. One of the primary ideas about creation and conscious creativity is that everything in your reality is equal to every other idea. From this point and this thought, you can be a conscious, free creator. You give free choice to everything that happens, right? And of course, preference plays a great part in the act of creation because you are always aligning yourself with what you wish to experience in this life. So you don't need to put yourself in a box. You don't need to be just this or that, just an actor or just a scientist or just a philosopher. Or you can exercise both faith and scientific reasoning or anything. You can just be all of that. Because the whole being of physicality is that it holds polarity in it. And in creation, you can hold all of that into yourself as a creator and choose to be anything all the time. And you don't have to choose in between. You can start to know yourself in your equality of creativity, of being anything and anyone you want, anything that you desire to explore within yourself in this life. Because creativity is not something separate from you. It is your very nature. You are the creator. You are creation itself. In all reality, you cannot really help yourself but create anything and everything around you. Everything you do is creation. And therefore, you can recognize that the idea of creation is in and of its own complete idea. What about when you think you have a creative block? What about when you think you're stuck and you have no more creativity, no more abundance? What happens? Now, if you step back and look at it, even the idea of having to or forcing yourself to do anything is in and of itself an artistically creative idea, an invention. The idea that you have to force yourself to do something is in itself a creation. You are creating. Always. You are always creating. When we feel ourselves blocked in our explorations, we can get that as a sign and realize that you have given yourself the opportunity to explore something that is not in the direction that you would like, one that you have placed your expectation upon. Because expectations bring judgments upon yourself, limitations. Now, recognize that with allowance, you can even allow a block or a so-called block to serve a purpose. If you find the so-called blocks occupying the majority of your exploration time, then feel free to recognize it as a signal that what you really wish to explore, what would really be of service to you, will be the exploration of the blocks themselves. And that the study of the blocks in and of itself that will unleash you, unblock you, and then there is a purpose to the block. And once you allow the block to have a purpose, then that's no longer a block. It served its purpose. It will light up instead of being the dark block holding you back. Nothing is an interruption unless you decide that it is. You choose it. You choose to view it that way. Once you accept and allow every idea of the physical life to be a perfectly timed unfoldment that you have chosen to experience, then your creative flow will be uninterrupted, because that will be the viewpoint and the vibration that you are allowing yourself to perceive about yourself. Recognize that creativity is very, very locked into the way that you view yourself. Your image, the idea of yourself, the idea you are willing to be, together with the degree of conviction that you are willing to be that which you prefer to be, will determine the rate of acceleration of the flow of the creativity that you can consciously be aware of. Therefore, once every individual begins to integrate all their polarities and begin to allow every idea to be something which serves all of it, the unity, all that is, and automatically serves the self, the flow of creativity of each individual will increase, and it will reach a type of vibrational pitch where it is more like a radiance, a magnetism from that individual that other individuals around can feel and sense, which is an attraction to all individuals freely expressing their creativity. All situations, individuals, objects, information, ideas will be able to be then drawn from this source, drawn from an unending supply of perfectly timed circumstances and occurrences, which will then fulfill the individual's purpose and allow them to continue to be of service by reflecting, mirroring every other creative's individual purpose and service. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, put a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below what you think about creativity. Are you a creator now as well? Call yourself a creator, because you are. You create your reality all the time. Recognize it consciously and you start to dive into this unexpectedly perfect occurrences. Wish you a great time.